Good morning, welcome to a new video with me, Richard Clements, on Life on Two Wheels. So today I'm doing a 200km DIY Audax down to Weston Super Mare and back again, so nice and flat, or flattish. Yeah, so after last week's 800 I wasn't going to do anything this weekend, but you know when the urge takes you, so here I am. So you join me down on the Gloucester to Sharpness Canal. I'm just south, about a mile or so south of Slimbridge, and yeah, it's just taking me down to Purton and then on to Barclay, and then through the lanes down to the Avonmouth Bridge basically. It's a nice day, as you can see, blue skies, and but there's a bit of a stiff headwind, so it's going to be a bit of a slog on the way out, but I should get blown home getting attacked by the reeds here. Anyway, let's crack on. So today is Barclay Summer Show, and I've just come through Barclay and came past said entrance to said show. The amount of traffic on a little lane was ridiculous. But anyway, I have actually been to it once, many years ago. Did a day out. I understand why everybody's going. Oh, that wind's proving a bit of a pain in the arse. Real bit of a slog, you know. Coming down from the southwest. Coming out of the southwest, and I'm heading southwest. So I'm now about 20 miles in. This here, I'm on the bridge over the M48, I think it is. And that's the original Severn Bridge. You can't quite see it, the trees are in the way to the left there. The motorway goes round to the left, and then you'll be able to see the original Severn Bridge. But yeah, it's loads of people out on their bikes, which is good to see. Some of them even say hello, which is even better. Oh, look how quiet that is. So all the traffic on the M4 now, you see it doesn't come down here so much. Not sure if they're doing some work on the bridge, you know, the Severn Bridge, I don't know. But anyway, I'm off up this way. Going down to Severn Beach basically. And I'm going to go slightly off route, and I'm going to show you the second Severn crossing, sort of from the path that goes underneath it. Down at Severn Beach, I've come a few hundred metres off my route, as I just wanted to show you this. This is the second Severn crossing, the Prince of Wales Bridge, I believe it's called. And this is about 3 miles south, maybe 4 miles south of the original. You can see Steepholm over there with Avonmouth in the foreground, and then Portishead up on the hill to the left, and then you've got Newport. You can see the wind turbines there, sort of close to the steelworks. And then beyond that will be Cardiff. You can't see it from here though. My oak wind slayer is classic. Yeah, so there's a good series of shared paths around the Severn Beach area that takes you off into Avonmouth and what have you. And this time of year, with all the leaves and everything on the trees, provides loads of shade, shelter. So even on a windy day like this, it's not too bad. This path always I always enjoy it because it's in such an industrial area, and it's just like in an oasis. You know, it's nice and quiet, lots of wildlife, and kind of pop out at the other end, and you're in this horrible industrial area. As I said earlier, you know, this time of year with all the leaves on the trees and everything, you get the shelter from the wind, which is coming from my right. The estuary is to my right. We're in Avon, mate. Yeah, we're in Audax, mate, if you're wondering. I'm just going to pop out on the main road at any minute now and kind of hear it. Oh, maybe not. Bit of wind turbine up there. And you can see the direction it's pointing. Meaning it's a headwind from the east. This is the bridge over the M5. So that's looking north, and you got the hill that takes you up to Cribbs Causeway and all of that. I'm off into Lawrence Weston. I could hardly hear myself think when I stood on there. As you can see, the bridge is just behind me, and I've just come down here just to get away from the noise of the traffic. So just going down here into Lawrence Weston, turning right, then over the Avon Mace Bridge, which is going to be fun today because it's really windy. But yeah, I really enjoy doing these paths, these shared paths. Just gets away from the traffic a little bit. You join me on the Avon Mace Bridge, the M5 to my right. That's the Avon, that goes in there, under the Clifton Suspension Bridge eventually. The village there is Pill. Along here before, but it always fascinates me. All the vehicles that have come off the ships, Portbury Docks, which is, you can just see the cranes over there. So this is a Renault compound. Went past one with all Hondas in it, and another with Teslas. So yeah, this is where a lot of vehicles enter the UK and then get moved on. After here. A bit careful on this corner because it's a bit blind. Row upon row. I stopped in Clevedon in my usual petrol station, bought treated myself, shall we say, to an M&S sandwich, a packet of crisps and a drink, and rather than eating it there I decided that I'd eat it somewhere a bit quieter. So I carried on across the levels there at Clevedon, and the wind was horrendous. Anyway, I'm now on the Strawberry Line and I'm going to stop and eat my picnic. So let's talk about what I'm going to be doing for the rest of the summer. One thing I'm not doing is LEL. At this moment in time, it doesn't have an appeal, if I'm honest. I can kind of see the appeal for other people, but at this time I'm not that bothered. So yeah, I'm not doing that. So I've basically done my main sort of what I give a goal That's the word I give myself each year, and that's to get a Super Randonneur reward. So by completing last weekend's 800, I achieved that for 2022. So I've managed to do that without actually doing a 400. So I have one in mind that takes me down to the Isle of Wight, across the ferry from Lymington to Yarmouth, across the Isle of Wight, and then taking a ferry back from Ryde to Portsmouth, and then immediately onto the Gosport ferry, across the Gosport, and then ride home from there. So that's my plan for the 400, and I really want to do that before the kids' summer holidays start, you know, before it gets too busy. So I'll probably do that between now and in the next month. And then I've got a 700 that I've kind of got penciled in. I don't know whether I'll do it. Let's see see what I feel like after doing the 400, I think. But yeah, that's I've kind of done my main goal for the year. So we've got sort of July, August, half of September. The other half I'm actually on a holiday to the Canaries, a non-cycling one. I'm banned from taking my bike, so 25th that wedding anniversary. So yeah, I'm not allowed to take my bike on that, and that's fair enough, really, joking aside. And then October, so I don't really call October summer, that's more autumn, so I don't really thought that far ahead. So I'm thinking of July, August, and the early part of September. I'll try and get that 400 and the 700 in, and that will probably be it for this year, you know, the proper long runs. It does surprisingly take it out of you mentally as well as physically. But, yeah, so that's roughly what the long ones I've got planned to do. And I'm going to do a few more calendar events as well. Now COVID's calmed down a bit. I've just realised I was talking about LEL, and not everybody knows what that is. So it's London, Edinburgh, London, and I think it's a 1200. I can't remember, but yeah, I shan't be riding that this year. I might try it at some point, and the same goes for Paris-Brest Paris as well. I've got no appeal on that either, and I think that's more me than the event itself. It's definitely me, not the event. I'm not a massive fan of big crowds, so I think that's what puts me off doing those events. When I left you, I rode on the Strawberry line for about a mile or so, and then joined the main road from Congsbury to Weston Super Mare, and oh, okay, and I only did about 150 yards, 200 yards, and then I turned left, and I thought, oh, usual story, it's taken me into a lay-by and it's only to come back on. But as I just got up to the bit where I went left, I could just see it turning left again, and that brought me out on this track. And so not only have I avoided the main road, I've avoided traffic altogether, so it's absolutely fantastic. A little bit bumpy in places, but it's fine. I'm on 28, so it's absolutely fine. And it looks like I've got about another third of a mile for this, and I'll be back on the road again. Well, sometimes my lack of planning bites me on the bum. So, since I last spoke to you, come through Weston Super Mare, came down the seafront, did a bit of B-roll there, but the air show was on, so the amount of people kicking around was ridiculous. So I didn't stop, just kept going, and then I started climbing basically immediately from the town centre, and the road eventually came into this path. I know roughly where I am, but because of the lack of GPS signal under this canopy, I'm a little bit off route, I think, and I'm going to have to come and see where this comes out. I'm trying to go sort of Kew Stoke and Sand Bay around that area, and this will come out there somewhere. Well, I'm now in Sand Bay, and you would have seen me up in the trees up in the woods there, and that was in the hills you see behind me. I came up over that ridge, and I'm not sure if you can see. So if I swing around and we look up at the ridge, you can see two masts up there. There's a bit of like a water tower type thing as well, and there's like a fence around those two things, and a bit of a wall, and on the wall was a blue plaque that said Dwight D. Eisenhower had actually camped there in the preparations with troops, US troops, during the preparations for the D-Day landings during 1944. So never knew that, but I'll put I did take a photo. I didn't do a video there, but yeah, really interesting, something like that. I did say that there was the air show was on in Weston. They must be doing some sort of enactment with so I can hear like explosions. The wind's in the right direction, so it's carrying the sound all the way here. It must be 2 or 3 miles away by now. Yeah, so I'm just about to go up here a few hundred yards and turn right, and finally I'm going to have the wind at my back, and that should blow me home, really. Yeah, it's been cracking so far. The weather is stunning. Did have a few spots of rain here and there, which wasn't forecast, but doesn't come to anything, thankfully. So I'm now back at Yatton railway station. I've had to come off route because my route took me across a field. So I'm going to have to go up here and re-find it. But oh, it's so much nicer now having the tailwind. So much nicer. Right, this is the road into Portishead. I've just climbed up from the valley that takes you from Clevedon to Portishead. And coming this way, this is what the view it affords. You know, I can see the Newport Steelworks over there and the wind turbines around that area, and the hillside further in. And just going across, you can see Cardiff Bay. You can see Cardiff itself, and I can see a ship coming up the estuary there. Well folks, this is Shepherdine, and that's the River Severn, and yeah, I've got about 13 miles to go. I'm going to wrap it up here, I think. I need to crack on a bit. I'm a bit late, and I'm probably in trouble. Yeah, thanks for joining me on this one. Another 200 ticked off, and yeah, as I said, I'm rushing for time a little bit, so I'll catch you on the next one.